welcome you to the great scene at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight, a good one straight ahead. It's the Washington Commanders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. That's Harrison Butker, set to get things started. Gonna be a cold one here in KC. We get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Washington offense gonna make their way to the field for the first time. They are led out by the veteran of so many teams. We don't have time to tell you how many teams. Man who's got a lot of jerseys in his closet. It's Josh Johnson.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
From the 31, here comes a 2nd and a yard. Now it's the Arizona product, that is Corey Krosky-Merritt. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short, the ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. They'll get 19 out of that play. Good for a Commander's first down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
That's to Krosky-Merritt. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
On 4th down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. Deep to return, it's Nico Remigio. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
Every team stresses it all week in practice, Mike, as they're building their scripts and they're delivering their team message. You want to start fast in the NFL. Playing from behind is a nightmare. You can't come out flat and allow the opposing team to strike first. They understand the importance. This opening drive, they feel really good about the plays they have tabled. They really feel good about the week of practice they had. Now all that has to come together, start fast, and then see if you can sustain it for 4 quarters.
Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drop.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
They're going to run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it, and he will have the first down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, to bring up a fresh set of downs.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield. Javon Kinlaw in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They get 25 on that connection, and the Chiefs have a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Now he'll run it. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They put Kelsey in motion. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. He'll run again. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead.
Chiefs 7, Commanders nothing.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Commanders' offense going to take over now for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Samuel has it working in the middle. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
That's a short one caught by Sinnott. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
A run out of the gun. Krosky Merritt. And he'll be brought down to 45. Mike Ganna shuts that one down.
It's a game on the yard, and it's 3rd down.
There's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. Has his man. It's Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for a
A
Washington
big one there on 3rd down. Good for 26 yards.
The 29-yard line.
1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
He'll drop to throw. He's got it at about the 8. And he's in. Traylon Burks. Touchdown, Washington.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Now Jake Moody for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Commanders will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. Nico Remigio will bring it back. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
Kansas City Chiefs.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he'll take this to about the 46-yard line. Frankie Louvu there to make the play defensively.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Harris Evans. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2 from the 46. Here's 2nd and 6 as we are ready to get back underway. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Third down, 3 to go. Throwing now from the gun. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Rice. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
They put Kelce in motion. He'll look to throw. A short one caught by Kelce. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
It's a gain of 8.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They're trying to set up the screen here with Pacheco. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
7-yard gain.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC.
And while everyone's going to focus on the play downfield, this touchdown, Mike, it ultimately occurs because of the protection up front. They do a great job picking up the blitz, and with those extra few seconds, that's all the time.
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, so replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, The call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. And Butker on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will move out to a 14-7 lead.
14. Commanders 7.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Now pass deep for McLaurin. He's got it! And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big play there for Washington. 32 yards.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. 1st down, Washington.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
2nd and 4 at the Chiefs' 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. To the outside, into the hands of McLaurin. And he's going to be marked out of bounds down at the 3. About 19 yards on that one. They're in business. It's 1st and goal.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a lot of room to operate.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Taken down back at the 8.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
It's back at the 8 now for 2nd and goal. Now, faking the give. For the end zone, but it's batted away. Incomplete. He was open for a moment. Defense closed quickly. And now it's 3rd and goal.
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Traylon Burks, the intended receiver. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. Remigio now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
He'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
They'll throw out of the gun. He'll get this complete to Pacheco. Good work there to get this back close to a 1st down. 13 on the gain. It sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. And you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. Can't ask for much more. On the screen, they gain 19 yards and a 1st down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
Wide open. It's Brown. He's got it. So they move inside the 20. 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll look to throw yet again. He keeps it himself. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
The Commanders will signal for the 1st of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. From the gun, here's Pacheco. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. Now the Commanders will use their third and final timeout. Talk things over before third down. They'll look to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
On fourth down, Super Bowl champ Harrison Butker now for the Chiefs. This, about as short as you can get. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. Like, you find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw here down the field. Will fall incomplete.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
2nd and 10. This one out to Moore. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice coverage here on 3rd down. They took away all of the outlets the quarterback had. Really left them with no opportunity other than to just throw that ball away. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Here's Tress Way now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. Incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half. Olsen. Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Once again, it's Pacheco. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
Taking off, he'll try to get there.
On the scramble.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
On 4th down, the Chiefs send out Matt Ariza to punt. That's taken at about the... And he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery.
You know, it's so hard to say what goes wrong on these bad snaps, Mike. You know, sometimes it's mechanics, sometimes it's concentration, sometimes, frankly, it's just bad luck and things go sideways, but he puts a little bit too much juice on it, ends up out of the punter's reach, and now they're heading back to the sideline knowing they just put their defense in a really bad spot.
And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
It's a gain of
18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Chiefs first down.
So if you're going to have time to allow your big tight end to start on one side of the field and run a crossing route all the way to the other, your big guys up front better hold up in protection. That's exactly what they were able to do here. Gave the quarterback the confidence of staying with him the entire way through, delivering that ball on the far side of the field, and leads to a nice pickup.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 8-yard line.
This one caught at the 4. And he's in. Travis Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Now Butker to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs move out to a 24-10 lead.
Commanders 10.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Commanders' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Start the drive with Krosky Merritt. And he'll take this past the 30. A gain of 6, mark it at the 31.
Brought down by Jalen Watson. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
2nd down, they need 3. Now pass deep for McLaurin. And that is incomplete.
The defense had their sights set on making a big play one way or another. First, it was the initial pressure. They thought they had the quarterback for a sack. But then they get their hands on the ball. And I think if you're this offense walking back into the huddle, Mike, an incomplete pass there is probably the best possible outcome.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
And a Commanders first down.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
On first down, Krosky Merritt has it. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
At the 41. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. That's complete. John Bates, the tight end. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's a gain of
18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains.
A gain of 18.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They have a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Krosky Merritt to run again. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Chris Jones, the All-Pro, there on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Right side, hauled in by Samuel. A gain there of 20. Good for a Commanders first down.
That's another Washington Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
On the zone read, Krusty Merritt. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9. Setting up second and short.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 6-yard line.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
Not only does he let the ball go through his hands, he lets 6 points slip away with that drop. I mean, everyone else does their job. The ball's on target. Listen, this is the big boy league now. The reality is, you just got to catch the ball.
They'll try to sneak it here. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Yes, he does. First and goal coming up.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
They'll run with Krusty Merritt. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. It just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Here now, second down and goal. The motion man here is McClure. Krusty Merritt, and he'll go down back at the 4-yard mark.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
Line of scrimmage to the 4. It's third down and goal. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Commanders will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. Here's Smith to return it. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
You can tell the quarterback has built a lot of confidence in his ability to make plays today with his feet. The defense has had a hard time keeping him in check, and this time, much better job in pursuit. Even though he was able to get outside the pocket, they were able to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. That is brought in. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of
A big pickup there for the Chiefs. 31 yards.
First down.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot, but that's just a big-time play.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at their line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
He'll look to throw. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either their ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
On 4th down, Harrison Butker on for the Kansas City field goal. Spotted at the 45, this is a 55-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
After the made field goal, Butker back on the field to send this one away. Samuel, going to see what he can do. Whoa! Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. The motion man here is McClure. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now they'll set up to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll look to throw again. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. He'll look deep here for Burks. And he will score. Game on. Traylon Burks. Touchdown, Commanders. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
On is Moody to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Commanders will cut the deficit to 7.
27. Commanders 20.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. A give here to Pacheco. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
A handoff to Pacheco. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now is one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
3rd and 5. The shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Run to begin the drive, and it's Krosky Merritt. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. One first down.
That's good for a Commander's first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
He gets this one to Samuel. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. That gets him to 100 yards exactly after that reception and gets his team a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And finds Samuel working across the field. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. They get 25 on that connection. First down, Washington.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
Run over center. That's Krosky Merritt. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Catch made there by Burks. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it'll bring up second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. The crowd at Arrowhead roaring. Here's third down. Here's Krosky Merritt. And the flight forwards doesn't get a hold up, and he got what he needed. It is first and goal coming up.
Nice run right there. You get down here into the red zone area, Mike, and yards are hard to come by. He's able to stick his head in there and sets him up for 1st and goal.
Now, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, touchdown, Washington.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Throw left side is taken in by the tight end, Kelsey.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
The 31-yard line.
It is 2nd down and 5. Man in motion is Brown. They'll look to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it'll be 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Here's 1st down. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll throw out of the gun. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big third down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have fourth down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
And he's going to be taken down, and that will do it. 4 quarters, no winner. Let's keep going. We're off to overtime.
Jake
4 quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Here's Smith to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco, and he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
To the left side, caught by Kelsey. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up 3rd down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
So I actually really like the concept of the pass play, and I think if we see a little bit better pass protection, even just a second longer, that's probably a completed pass, but I think the pressure just sped his clock up just enough, Mike, that he wasn't able to get that ball exactly where it needed to be.
Whoa! And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Commanders' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And a run. Here's Kromsky Merritt. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
Jalen Watson on the tackle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 2. The man in motion is Burks. The throw here is complete. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
A gain of 15 yards.
15 yards on the catch and run for the first down.
A gain of 15.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll motion over Samuel. They'll run with Krosky Merritt. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Slot man in motion right. Samuel has it working the middle. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 12 yards on that hookup. Good for a Commander's first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Krosky Merritt. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From the 42-yard line, here's second and 8. Back to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A gain there of 15. First down, Washington.
Washington Commanders first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll run, and this is Jeremy McNichols. He'll carry this one inside the 20, into the red zone. Give him 8 on that carry.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 19-yard line.
Second and a yard. They'll go again with McNichols. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good for a Commanders first down. A gain of 3 on the play. And the Washington first down.
He'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
We're starting to learn more and more now, Mike, that sacks are quarterback stats. Everyone always wants to blame the offensive line, but in this case, the protection was really good. Nobody got open downfield, and the quarterback has to get rid of the ball. You just can't expect your protection to hold up that long.
Here's a run with McNichols. Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 6.
He'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing third and 6. This one caught at the 4. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up first and goal.
That's another Washington first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
McNichols is in. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown, Washington.
So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with a victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, good night from Kansas City.